And so important to not place yourself in temporary predicaments on purpose. What's up, everybody? It's your girl Ayisha, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So if you are joining my channel for the very first time, welcome. And if you've been rocking with me, welcome back. So today I just want to address a topic that is very sensitive to a lot of people. And I actually got the inspiration from this video. I spoke to somebody that I haven't spoke to in a very long time, and they asked me, how do you know it's time to let go? So that is what this video is going to be pertaining to. So if you are a person who's ever been in doubt about how to know, how to recognize the signs, I suggest that you keep watching. So I just want to give a little brief on myself. When it comes to letting go, it seems like the most hardest thing to do, because you don't know exactly what letting go is going to do for you. You don't know if it's the right move or the wrong move. You don't know if you're supposed to make the left turn or the right turn, right? And I know it can get frustrating. I know it can get, very like piercing, like on your spirit, like, dang, if I let go, am I gonna regret it later? Or what's on the other side of me letting go? That goes for relationships, that goes for jobs, that goes for anything that you just have that uncertainty about. And what I had to realize, and what I actually told him, was that recognize the signs. Like, that's the first thing. Once you analyze yourself and you recognize the signs, it's like, okay, what am I going to do with that information? A lot of times we try to fill voids. We try to fill these different voids with things that we know we're not, with people that we know we're not supposed to be with, jobs that we know we're not supposed to be working at. We're just doing it because it seems good in the moment. It seems good for the right now. Y'all ever have those like right now type of people in your life, like, oh, they were good for me right now, but I know I don't have a future with them? Or, working for this company, it was good for me right now, but I know I don't want to be with them long term. Why don't you just remove yourself from those situations right away? When you actually pick up on the situation that, I'm gonna be okay, I'm gonna make it, without these things, without these distractions, it's like, what's stopping you? And I feel like the biggest factor that plays a part in this is not fully trusting God. Not fully trusting God to basically just write your life story, write your personal story, write your love story, And I had to learn, that's what's so important about trusting God wholeheartedly, because you don't have that doubt, you don't have that fear, you don't have that worry, about if I'm gonna let go, what's gonna happen to me. All that, it just becomes like null and void, because God is gonna take care of every single thing. Like, in a nutshell, God is gonna take care of everything, And if there's something speaking to you that's telling you, okay, I don't need to be doing this, I don't need to be with this person, like situationships and things, it's time to dead those things. Like, dead it, And it's so important to not place yourself in temporary predicaments on purpose. We'll recognize signs, we'll see different things keep happening over and over, but we still choose to stay in the situation because it's comfortable. Or I'm afraid that I'm gonna lose this if I make this move, and that's why it's very crucial and very imperative to know that really elevation requires separation. If you're stuck, don't ever limit yourself in a box. And I feel like limiting yourself in a box and settling is basically the equivalent. And trusting God wholeheartedly, it makes little puny things like not matter anymore. And so if you're trying to get to that stage where, I need to let go of that job, I need to let go of this situation, relationship, whatever it is, you have so much more of a life to live. You have so much more of a life to live that says you don't have to. You don't have to keep yourself closed in. You don't have to keep yourself, feeling like you're just dangling yourself on this string unnecessarily, because you don't have to do that. And there's so much life to live, and never be afraid to start over. That's one of the number one things that people fail to realize, and they're afraid of. They don't want to start over. They don't want to start a new job. They don't want to, get in a new relationship. It's so important to not let that hinder you from what's on the other side. And those opportunities, those relationships, the ones that you're meant to be in will actually come. They will come, and it's really trusting God with your personal life, with your professional life, with your family, with your friends, whatever it is. And if you feel like things are becoming more of a burden as opposed to helping you, aiding you in your growth, if you are in a situation where you feel like, a person is not that backbone, not that support system, it's like, okay, well, what am I doing? What am I doing here? If you feel like you have to go elsewhere or whatever to feel whole, to feel those voids, it's like, okay, rid yourself, do that job a favor, do that person a favor, remove yourself from the situation. It's really that simple. And the signs, recognize the signs. If I can't stress anything enough, everybody knows how to recognize signs, and when the signs are there. If you find yourself, okay, you took 2 steps forward, but now you just ended up 4 steps back, what are you going to do with that? You want to keep going backwards, or you want to start moving forward? You want to start living for yourself? We got to stop living for other people, not being afraid to tell people no, not being afraid to, hey, I love you, but I got to do this for me. Because a lot of the company that we keep, and a lot of employers these days, they really don't even care about you. And it's like, okay, if I'm going to be in a situation, if I'm going to work for these people and this and that, you shouldn't be afraid to leave no job, because look, you don't owe them anything. You don't owe them nothing. And you don't owe anybody else anything if you just feel like, well, I don't even know if I should be here, or if this is the right place for me. So I just really want to encourage you guys, let go. Trust God to write all of your stories. You have a professional story. You have a personal life story. You have a love story. Trust God to write every single one of them. Trust it. Trust those signs. And as far as relationships go, with family members, friends, if you have a boyfriend or a girlfriend, whoever that person is, recognize the signs. Really just analyze you guys' relationship. This kind of makes me think back to my godly friendships video that I did with my best friend. Really just set those boundaries and see how equally yoked you are with a person. And just trust that still stands, and it always will. I'm a firm believer in that. So I just want to encourage you guys, wash your hands of those situations that you're not meant to be in. Those are serious keys to letting go. And I just I'll pray for anybody who's battling with that, struggling to let go. Trust God to write every single one of your stories and watch Him change your life. So that's all I have for today. I pray that you guys took something from this, learned something from this, and like I always say, this is the end, y'all. So I'm getting a little excited. It's sad, but I'm getting a little excited. But it's my favorite thing to say. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I love you all, and see you next week.